Hi everyone, morning. It's been a little bit since we've talked, so it's been 2 weeks since I filmed. Yeah, I know that's not great, but it's been a heck of 2 weeks, so let me fill you in a little bit. Basically, just to cut a story short, I've been ill for 2 weeks. I've had basically hell for the past 2 weeks and back and forth working still and my night job and stuff, and not necessarily getting better, then getting worse, then now I'm fine. So I haven't really been able to work much on the shop because, well, I had very limited energy and I had to be for my night job. And there was 2 days last week where I wasn't able to go because I just couldn't. So, anyway, we're back to hopefully normal scheduling now. But I do have some things to show you. So, while I was ill, I did do a little bit of designing. So, I do have a new design. If you follow me on Instagram or on TikTok, you probably would have already seen it. Basically, I created a new art print, which I will show you in a second. I haven't test printed it or anything yet. That will be doing next week or something like that, because currently I don't have a car. Well, actually my boyfriend's going to pick it up today, so it's been having its inspection and things like that, so we haven't had a car for a week. It's all been at the same week. It's just all been in 1 week, so it's been fun. Okay, so I did an art print, started my second art print. I have planned the launch, so it's something that was bothering me before I got ill, that I felt lost with this shop launch, honestly. I felt a little lost, that I have the ideas, I know the date, but the in-between just felt like a bit of a mess. So I was watching, one of the nights I was ill, I was watching loads of Emily Harvey's Patreon exclusive Zoom calls, because I needed something to get past the time while I was not feeling well. So I learnt a lot, let's put it that way. I learnt a lot and realised how far behind I actually am. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. This is the art print I created. So the idea is that there's going to be 3 art prints. This is number 1. They're all going to be quote art prints, and they're all going to be kind of sassy quote art prints. Number 2 isn't finished yet. I'm still not sure on the colours, but this is the outline so far, and there is going to be a third. It's not any of these that are here. I still need to sketch that one out. Other thing I have to tell you is I have technically had an order for a planner. So, as you kind of saw in the last vlog I did, which is nearly a month ago now, I did a sarcastic planner, is what I'm calling them, for my boyfriend, which is kind of a sassy planner that's slightly more simple, all black, still with the sassiness to it, but it's basically kind of like a budget version of the sassy planner. So it's not a hardback, it's a laminate cover, but it still has all of the kind of design elements to it, but it's just all black. So I did that for my boyfriend, and I did him a custom cover with his favourite drink is Jack Daniels. So I did a redesign. There is a helicopter going above my house. So I did a redesign of kind of the Jack Daniels logo with his name and where he's from, instead of being Tennessee and stuff like that. And I used that as the cover, and he loves it. So basically he was taking that with him to work and showing it to his partner. And basically he loved the idea and ordered a planner from me. But I have to design it. So it's a complete custom planner. So it's a daily planner, which I never honestly planned on making because of the amount of pages it takes. So it's a daily planner. It doesn't necessarily have any sass, but it still has the design elements that the others do, you know, making it look like a window of a computer window, you know, with the X at the top and stuff like that. It's sealed in black, and it's going to be a custom cover with their company's logo on the front and patterns, which I designed. So yeah, my boyfriend, he's got a company at the moment, and I actually did all the graphic design for them, because, well, I'm much cheaper than going to any other designer, and it's for them, so I did a really good price. So he came back to me asking if I could make him a planner. So I'm only doing him 6 months for now, because a lot of pages, and then if he does enjoy the planner, he'll ask for 6 more months worth of inserts and things like that. So I have been designing that. I have it kind of designed. I now just need to do all the pages. Let me get up the actual design version, which is minus that plus this. So this is the idea of the pages. So if we imagine the discs are in the middle here, let me just swap around. Okay, so here in the middle is where the discs are and where the holes are going to be punched. And it's just very, very simple, but this is what I came up with for the design. So you've got the big date here, the month up here, and you just have all of this space. He didn't specify if he wanted any timestamps or anything, so I just made it as simple as possible. And if he would like something else, I can do it, but also, well, it's a daily plan. You've got space to scribble everything you need down. So those are the kind of 2 things that I've been kind of working on, because as I said, I've been ill, so I haven't been able to do much work. Now, I'm going to show you my plan. So, it's a little bit messy, so excuse me for a second. Let me get to it. So, I've put this kind of on my my cabinet door. So, next to my desk I have this cabinet where, if you've seen in my videos, I've got a lot of stuff going on here. And here on the door I have planned out, let me just get you here, I have planned out all of the shop updates. So let me show you. So here we have the plan for the shop update. It's a little confusing, and it's not 7 weeks anymore. We're nearly down to 5. Which is scary. Okay, so the idea is we're going to have 6 products, 2 planners, 2 memo pads, and 2 types of art prints. Listings of art prints. So basically, it's going to be 6 listings, but there's actually going to be 7 products. So then I have kind of like my timeline here. So because my life is a little bit all over the place right now, and with my night job it's very difficult for me to determine what I can do the next day, because of depending what energy I have after the night before. So I created more of a timeline so I know where I am with things, and I know kind of how long it takes me to do things. It starts with, these are all just little extra things I need to get done before the launch. So, you know, like packaging, prices, photography, postage prices, listings for Etsy, and promoting and all that kind of stuff. So we'll start here what I have. So these here are the prints. So we're going to have 2 different sets of prints. Well, 1 set and 1 individual print. So you're going to have a postcard set with all 3 designs. Then we're going to have A4, I think. I haven't decided between A5 or A4, but I think A4 prints. So there's going to be 3 designs to choose from. One of them you've already seen the finalized look. The other one you've seen the sketch, well, the line art of it. Still no idea on colors and things. Then we have down here in design, well, half of this is already designed, but I'm only going to pass it over once it's done. So done on design, we have the Small Biz Planner pad, which I have designed already. I don't think I've shown you yet, but I will do that actually. I'll show you guys how it's looking. So we have the Small Biz Planner pad. So it's going to be an A4 planner pad with everything you need for being a small business. So it has an area for your social media, has an area for your orders, the stage your orders are in. So if you're still making the products, if you're packaging them, if it's already been sent out, You also have an area for to-do lists, and you have a little bit of a look through the rest of the week. So there's a little section for all the days of the week, so you can put in the biggest tasks you have for those days. Now, in test print, we have a sarcastic planner, which is the one I did for Ricardo, my boyfriend, and basically it's only been test printed because I haven't necessarily finished it. So it still needs to do the covers. Basically, I just need to design the covers and print the covers, and that's it. And here with the A5 memo pad, shit that I need to do, which I have made one. I use it every day for my to-do list. So then in production, we do have the Sassy planner. Now, production hasn't necessarily started, but I know it is ready for a production because I have made one, as you saw in my last vlog, and basically she loves it, absolutely loves it. She cried when I gave it to her, but it was also her last day at working with us, so we were all a bit emotional. Well, I know it's ready just to press, print and start production. So the idea is the next week or so is to finish all the designing aspect of all the stuff, including making the planner for my colleague, my boyfriend's colleague, partner thing, something like that. So I'm sat on a little bench right now, like there's a chair right there, but I'm sat on a tiny bench. We have about 5.5 weeks till launch now, so it's kind of cutting it a little close now, but the idea is basically I'm going to spend a week finishing the designing of things. So I'm going to kind of crack out this order of the planner first, so it's out of the way, so it's not bothering anything else for the shop launch. Then we're just going to kind of start production, really. So we've also got a little kind of remodel of this studio space in my living room to do, which might happen not this weekend, maybe next weekend. And I have a cool little project to do, but I need the help of my boyfriend for that, which is basically I'm making a homemade bookbinding press. So I'm not going to be using it for bookbinding. I'm going to actually be using it for my planner pads, and basically that's what is going to give enough pressure for me to be able to put all the glue on and all that kind of stuff. But if whenever he has a little bit of time to help me, because I need to cut the wood in half, drill holes and things like that, we'll try and film it. I've already said to him I'll film it, and he's like, okay. He was a bit weird about it, but he said he didn't mind, but we'll see how it goes. And we've got a little kind of moving around to do here before the launch. I want to make sure it kind of is a little more functional, and also I need to create some desk space for my boyfriend. So he's not, basically, the dining room table is my desk at the moment. And with all the equipment I have right now, as in the laminator, the laptop, the guillotine, all that kind of stuff, I don't necessarily have space for him to also be working on the desk, because very soon he is going to need a desk space for all of his admin work for his company. So I have kind of like my makeup desk that's in the bedroom that we're going to be bringing out here, and I'm going to make it look all nice and cute for him so he can feel productive and actually do some work, because basically his company kind of officially gets launched around the same time my shop gets launched. So basically, because we're both working together the restaurant, we don't necessarily have much time to give a full commitment to both of our kind of dream jobs, which is me for the shop and him for his company. So he's finally, on the 1st of November, is also going to be finally going full in on the company, because at the moment he's only working a couple of hours during the day, doing bits and bobs, organising things, giving out quotes for this all sort of stuff. So he's finally going to, kind of like me, we're both kind of starting our proper journey of making these kind of dream jobs be full-time around the same time. So if I'm not mistaken, we have like 43 days till the launch. Oh my goodness, that is coming around very quickly, and I will be working at my night job all up till the 31st of October. So the closing date of the restaurant for this year is the 31st of October, if my dad doesn't change his mind, which I really hope he doesn't. because my dad is the owner of the restaurant and blah, blah, blah. He's the one that kind of makes decisions, even though I'm the manager. But anyway, knowing him, he might change his mind at the last minute. I hope not. I love the restaurant and I'd love to have the little extra money, but honestly, I kind of need to be off on the 31st because, well, the 1st is the launch. In my head, I'm like, okay, let's do it straight after. I'll have everything ready by then. But I wasn't expecting September to be the way it is. So September at the moment, the restaurant is being absolute maniac right now. Like, we are understaffed by 2 people right now. We are getting 1 more staff member back today, which is going to be amazing. But basically, we're less staff than August, but nearly still doing the same amount of customers as August and the same amount of demand as August. I'm full for the next 3 nights. I'm a little worried about the shop launch at the moment, just to be completely honest. I'm a little nervous, just a little bit nervous, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna keep on trucking on, keep on doing bits and bobs I can. Today, I'm mostly going to be doing the planner, so I won't be showing you guys much of it. Because the base design is done. Basically all I'm going to be doing is dating pages right now, which is probably my least favourite job when it comes to designing these planners, is the dates. It really is, because I'm having to look constantly at a calendar. It's honestly quite annoying, but it has to get done. It's literally just changing numbers for hours, and it's going to take me a while. Morning everyone. It's Friday now, so it's been a bit since I've spoken to you. So I did quite a bit of stuff as a time lapse, if you've just seen that. The custom planner that I've been asked for, I've been doing that, and I've been trying to finish the designs for the last art prints. So I did finish one of the designs. The other one I technically finished, but I don't like it at all. I haven't looked at it since I finished it, and I wasn't happy with it, and it just wasn't right. So I'm gonna redo that one, but I'm leaving it. I don't even want to look at it, and I want to start again. Excuse me, because I'm only gonna do things I'm happy with, and if I'm not happy with it, then what is the point? I know it's like, well, it could be done and I can be getting on with other things, but no, I want to make sure I really love every single thing I'm releasing. So that one's going to go in the back burner. If one day I look at it and I actually like it, then hey. But for now, I'm going to redo it. So I need to get some more inspiration, get creative again. I think that was a problem. Yesterday when I was drawing that, I wasn't necessarily feeling creative. So it wasn't coming out right, basically, I think. That might have been it. Okay, so today we're going to finish the planner. We're going to finish the custom planner, which at the moment looks like this. So this is what it's looking like right now. All the pages are here. There's a lot of pages. This is only 6 months. This is only 6 months. But this is kind of how it's looking. And I did finish the covers. They're here. Well, I did print the covers. They're here. They're laminated. But they need to get trimmed, punched, and put in place. I just got printing now a big sticker. So at the moment I don't have all my packaging. So the packaging I'm only ordering in October for the launch. So I don't have any boxes at the moment. But I found this old box. It's a white box that's just, it's kind of right. It's just a bit tall. But basically it's got like a branding on the front. So I've got a big sticker that I'm going to put in the front here that's going to cover the branding. So it'll be my branding then. Basically, I just wanted something nice to give the planner in. Like I did a full-on really nice thing for Rebecca for her planner. And I just kind of, it's like my way of kind of showing off a bit. I know that sounds wrong, but basically I just, because, you know, then when he opens it, it's like, okay, everyone else around him is going to see all the lovely packaging and all that kind of stuff. And because I really still have the tissue paper and everything. It's just to give that extra little touch of special, because everyone else is going to get kind of special packaging when it comes to the shop launch, because I will have all the boxes and envelopes and things. I've already found the ones I want to use. I just need to order them. Even if I did order them now, they wouldn't come in time for me to do this. So I found this box and I'm like, yeah, that will do for now. Okay, so I think we've got in a relatively good position right now. So this is my, I think, nearly 30-year-old guillotine. This used to be my parents'. This is what we used at the restaurant for all the menus, even. So it's now kind of passed down to me because I do use this for the menus and stuff. And because it's not necessarily in the right condition, as in it's missing a piece here, I have to use one of these to kind of make sure everything stays in place. Okay, so we are, I am losing my voice today. It is ridiculous. And I don't understand why. So I'm going to start with the back cover, just because it's been a while since I've trimmed a cover. There's dog hairs everywhere. This is the lovely thing about having a dog. There is just dog hairs everywhere, and they stick to the static of these. Okay, so I'm going to trim it, but we are going to trim with a little border. So if you see at the top, when I did laminate this, let me just make sure you're focused. So when I did laminate this, I did put it right to the top. But basically there is a little lip here. Now we want to do that all around because it will then always stay laminated. Because basically the way lamination works is it heats the plastic and the plastic adheres to the plastic itself. So we need to leave a border of the plastic to make sure it stays together. Use this up against the knife so I can have an idea where I'm going to. So I always prefer to cut a bit more than less. So there we go. And because I pushed it up against this part here, it is straight. So there we go. It is a little thicker on this side, but I think that's how I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it with that amount of a border, just because of the fact that it will stay adhered longer. I am going to turn the laminator back on, which hopefully it works, because I accidentally left it on the other day while I was at work. So I'm going to pass it through again through the laminator, just to adhere on those edges, just to make sure it does stay put. I'm now really worried about that laminator. Because basically the other day when I was doing this, my boyfriend fell asleep on the sofa. So I didn't want to make noise. And I didn't even move from my spot for like half an hour, just on purpose, because I didn't want to make noise. Okay, so that's that done. We're now going to take my trusty corner punch. And I think we're going to do the 7mm. I think that's 7mm. Yeah, 7mm looks good. There we go. There we go. So that's that sorted. Okay, so we have the back cover done. We're going to do the front cover. And then we're going to pass them all again through the laminator just to make sure that all the corners are adhered properly. So I am going to just trim this. So this is the divider. I'm going to just trim around this area here. So I am leaving this bit for now. But I'm going to cut this with the craft knife just so I can make sure I get it the right size here and I don't cut through the cut. There you go. There, and then we're going to go this way. Just need a tad more on the corner. There we go. And there we have it. There. So I am going to corner punch around the edges. So for the divider itself, you can't really corner punch it. Just because of the thickness it is, you can't fit it in the corner punch. So we are going to have to do that with a pair of scissors. Because I can't go like that. That won't go in there. So I go with my trusty little scissors and I just slightly corner it. There we go. So now we have all of our covers cut. All the covers are now laminated. Well, re-laminated, so they're slightly better now. I do have a bubbling one, sadly. I think I really did mess up my laminator by accidentally leaving it on. I might need to buy a new one already, even though this is not even a month old. Okay, so now to get these in the right position, I have on my little trusty punch, I did make a little mark where I need these. So I've lined up my holes so they're the right place, and it's simple as that. Normally with a lamination I do it a couple of times just to make sure it's gone through, and there we go. So now we're going to build this thing, which is really simple as this, which is why I love the discs, and I'm loving it so far. So there we go. Now let's find the notes area, which is around here. There we go. And let's place the divider in. And there we have it. There is the custom planner. Okay, so I think that's all we're going to do for today. I do have some designing bits I'm going to do, but I won't show you guys because I want to leave that for next week. Because next week we're going to be doing a lot of printing. So we're going to start production next week of all the products. Hopefully by then I have the last art print sorted, and we will have the new paper for the art print. So I'm going to go this weekend and go and have a look at some lovely paper for the art prints, because I want them to be the best quality I can. And because I'm going to be the one printing them, I need to find some nice paper that will work with my printer. So yeah, next week we'll be starting production and finalising test printing of certain things, and maybe we'll be making the press next week. So we will see how that goes, and hopefully either next week or the week after we'll be revamping this little area of the living room to make it slightly more functional for the launch, because this isn't going to be functional for packing orders, that's for sure.
and I've got loads of things to sort out for this area. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. I know it was a bit of a weird one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come back next week. Hopefully next week. Hopefully it's not so long in between vlogs now. And we will see you soon. See you next time.